Welcome back to Norton Man Reviews, everyone. I am John Norton, and we are looking at some Avengers books. Avengers number 501. Last week we looked at Avengers number 500, and my first video that I ever did, I looked at the New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis and David Finch. This is the storyline before the New Avengers. This is where the classic team of Avengers is called fucking Iron Man. Get out of the way. It's like Avengers ass. That's the name of this, Avengers ass, but it's not an ass story. It's a good story, but it's supposed to say Disassembled. The New Avengers, like, it became like such a big deal with, bringing in new characters, like getting rid of the old for a time, keeping Captain America and Iron Man, bringing in cult classics like Luke Cage, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, but then like mainstream, like popular characters, Wolverine and Spider-Man, plus a new one with a century later. But they had to get rid of, they had to disassemble the original team first. So, number 500, Chaos. This is Chaos Part 2 of 4, and it talks about, in the last one, the Avengers were hanging out, and all the bad shit started happening at once. A dead body, Jack of Hearts, came walking up. Everyone thought he was dead. And he's kind of like this weird zombie version. And he says, like, forgive me. And he just explodes, killing Scott Lang, Ant-Man, in the process. All the Avengers are kind of freaking out. And then at the same time, Iron Man, he's addressing the United Nations, and he starts acting crazy. He starts acting drunk. He starts threatening to kill people. And he's like, I was drunk. I was felt drunk, but he hadn't had anything to drink, so he just started acting weird out of nowhere. And then back with the at the Avengers mansion, Quinjet came crashing down, being piloted by Vision, who then brought these 5 duplicates of Ultron. Like, he spat them out in this weird ball that was like this T-1000 liquid metal thing that formed into Ultrons, and the Avengers had to fight them. And the Avengers were just getting their ass kicked, and She-Hulk started freaking the fuck out. She started hulking up, going crazy. She ripped Vision in two because she was so pissed. So already Scott Lang, Ant-Man, is dead. She-Hulk is going crazy, rips Vision in half. Big fight is going on. Iron Man's doing weird stuff. Like, what is going on? And at the end of that issue, there's these people talking in the dark. You couldn't see who they were, and they're like, they need to be punished, basically. So, you got Iron Man fucking butt-ass naked. Cool drawing by David Finch. This is like him in his Iron Man suit, and this is how he envisions himself, like the HUD, the heads-up display, and like the vision that he sees in there. I don't know, but he's looking at the news reports. No, he's talking with somebody about what had happened. They're like, yeah, that was all bad, and they're thinking about kicking you off, as he was a Secretary of Defense or something like that. So they're asking for his resignation. But he can't really deal with that right now. There's an emergency at Avengers Mansion, so it kind of pans out. You can see he's in his Iron Man suit and just like streaking through the city. So here we go. And She-Hulk, she's like literally hulked out. She's usually like fucking hot and toned and sexy, and now she looks like a fucking Hulk. Like, I don't know if she's ever been and like looked like this before. And she has this fucking truck. This is a great drawing. All the detail of the tires and of this truck. And she's going to bring it down on Captain America. She does, but he still like uses his shield to kind of shield himself. This other, I don't know this character's name, I forget. But they're all trying to take She-Hulk down. Trying to plead with her. It's hard to tell. Oh, it's this character. She got knocked away. They're calling it a Hulkbuster unit. Like, the Shield's bringing a Hulkbuster unit. she's rampaging through. She's just fucking huge Hulk out, right? Hawkeye's there trying to like calm her down. Here comes Iron Man swooping in. He sees the carnage of her going crazy. Her, again, just smashing vehicles. He comes in, gives her a fucking iron punch to her goddamn jaw, sends her flying. And I guess that did it. All right, good job, Iron Man. And he's like, I didn't take any pride in that. Cap's under a truck, got to get it off him. And Iron Man's trying to figure out what's going on. Cap's hurt. And so, yeah, they're just trying to figure things out. There's Hank Pym. He's Yellow Jacket here, but he's also, Giant Man. He comes stumbling in, walking from wherever, and he looks down. I don't know what he's seeing. Oh, Falcon has the Wasp. Yeah, she got hurt somewhere, so he's holding her. So Hank Pym, he sees her, and he's like worried about her. So he picks her up, and he starts walking her over to the hospital. That's a cool scene, though, right? So here's Captain America, and they're like setting his arm in place, and that fucking hurts. Could this guy do that to Captain America? Like, I know he's strong. I don't know. So then they're, just talking about like, take it easy. And it's like, what happened to the others? Good art by David Finch still. So then it kind of shows what happens to the others. So, this Kelsey Lane, I don't know who that is. Kelsey Lay, she's in critical condition. Jennifer Walter, She-Hulk, she's in SHIELD custody. Scott Lang is in the morgue. And the Vision Project, he's like in a box right there. So 4 of these people, like, they're just fucked up. Something terrible is going on with the Avengers. Then Hank is just kind of pleading. There's Janet Van Dyne. He's just really sorry. She's in a coma. She's tiny. She's just laying on this pillow. And he's scaring her, and he's just like, you need to wake up. Like, the doctors cannot work on you in this small size. And it's like, we can't just make you bigger. So you need to wake up. Like, he's really worried for her. He starts going on about how, they haven't had the greatest marriage. He's been jealous of her and all that stuff. But it doesn't matter now. He doesn't care about any of that. He just loves her. He's worried about her. Just wake up, So then we go back. Hawkeye, Falcon, Iron Man, Captain America, they're just kind of talking about what the fuck is going on. This is just a bad day. Hawkeye's like, yeah, we've had it coming. We've dealt with so many things. This day was about to happen one way or another. They're talking about all the stuff that happened, the Ultron attack. And they're talking about how, like, Ultron showed up because he had this, like, plan to show up when the Avengers were at, like, a critical moment, at a very bad moment, so he could take advantage of, like, the bad state that they're in. So they're just kind of not debating, they're just kind of talking amongst each other about the situation. And Hank Pym comes back, and he starts yelling at Iron Man. It's like, you got to tell him what you did. And it's like, wait, what did you do? And he's yelling at him. He was drunk. He's like, tell him I was there. He's just pissed off. And he's like, yes, he's like, I wasn't drunk. I was acting drunk, but, like, I was not drunk. I wasn't in control. Like, something affected me. And they're like, well, when did this happen? Like, at the same time all this other shit was going on. And Hank Pym doesn't believe him. And he's like, you all don't believe me? and they're silent for a second. And Captain America is like, I believe you. Like, that's good on you, Cap. Like, think about it, and, like, he wouldn't be lying about that. So, okay. And they keep talking about the shit that's going on. Hawkeye's talking about how his dad was an alcoholic. And, so, it seems like Hawkeye doesn't quite believe him, though. Like, you know, that seems like something an alcoholic would do. So Iron Man's pissed and he fucking takes off. It's a cool shot with all, like, the smoke and the exhaust coming out. And they're like, should I go after him? Nah, give him a minute. He's like, good, I can't fly that fast anyways. And again, they're just talking more and more about the situation. I'm not going to go into all the detail here. We can marvel at some of the artwork that's going on. It's a good storyline, and, like, when you get invested in it, you're reading all, like, the dialogue and the back and forth. It does really set up the story really, really well. It doesn't really make sense for me to, like, read it and go over every single panel of what happened. But then they see, like, there's an emergency going on, and they see something. It's like, were you ready for this? And check out, like, all of these heroes, Avengers or not, like, they've all come to, like, help out in this situation. This is almost the entire Marvel universe besides the X-Men. There's like let's name these off. That's Cersei from the Eternals. There's Jessica Drew. Living Lightning, I remember him. There's Thing. There's Johnny Storm. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, there she is. Hercules, Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, Nick Fury, Moon Knight. Is that Crystal? There's Hellcat. There's Quasar. There's... who's this guy? I really can't tell. Hold on. I have no idea. Looks like somebody from DC. Firestar. God, I don't know these guys in the back. There's another Monica Rambeau, right? Captain Marvel, Namor, Black Panther. No idea. That's Jocasta. That's Scarlet Witch. Daredevil. There's Darkhawk. That Knight dude. What's his name? Fuck, I forget. I don't know these guys back here. I mean, there's Falcon, there's Tigra, Wonder Man. This guy, I have no idea. I forget this guy. He was, he's that guy who turned into one of the main characters in the original version of Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And then there's Spider-Man. It's a lot of fucking people. I wonder how many of these Brian Michael Bendis, like, put these people in here, and how many, like, David Finch just, like, threw in there on his own, especially the people in the back. Can anybody name any of these people back here? Is this Scarlet Witch? Yeah. So a lot of the Marvel universe. I mean, Moon Knight, Daredevil, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. I mean, they were never Avengers. Certainly allies, but never Avengers. I mean, Spider-Man was kind of a, I don't know, on call or reserve or something. So that's kind of a cool way to end the book, especially with, like, the burning rubble of the Avengers Mansion. I always want to say X-Mansion, but it's the Avengers Mansion back there. I think they're going to put an Avengers Mansion in any of the Avengers movies, or is it just going to be a tower and a bunker? Whatever. So that's where it ends. Cool stuff. And what is this? Is this like a... That must be like a page that they didn't put in. Or maybe that was the original page, but it wasn't as, like, dynamic as that. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right. I really like Avengers. I really like Brian Michael Bendis' storyline and the way of his writing. And this storyline, I always like New Avengers, and I always forget about Avengers Disassembled and the way it constructed and what the ultimately the big reveal is and how it leads up to that. It's really kind of cool. So this is fun. I'm going to continue. There's only 4 issues of these, but I'm going to continue doing those. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Make sure you follow me also on Instagram at Norton Man Art. Oh, where is it? Norton Man Art, and Facebook Norton Man Art and Comics. Not Twitter, because that's not even Twitter. It's X or something. I don't fucking know. But I never did Twitter. I did it for like a fucking second. Anyways, thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.